Well, when you go into the temple of Hathor, which is Hathor and Horus, when you walk into a temple and you look up and you see the circle of the universe, you see what's referred to as the Denderah map of the sky, which is a Zodiac map. And in the center of it is a hippopotamus. The hippopotamus was thought to be the oldest living mammal in ancient Egypt, because it's one of the few animals. Let me add some things about it. For one, a hippopotamus as a mammal can stay underwater longer than any other mammal, including the whale. So it breathes in the water, can go down to the bottom of the water, stay down there for almost an hour, sometimes 2 or 3 hours, and then come up. A whale can't even do that. A whale has to come up and breathe. So because they knew that we were made up of 2 seeds, we have a seed in us that is of the water, and a seed in us that is of the ground. You follow that?
Egypt, the first deity, the first symbol of incarnation of the life form, just like the woman, the cow, the breast. The cow gives the milk, right? And the first thing a mother does to her child is the same thing a cow does. He puts the baby to her breast to feed the baby through milk. In a sense, woman then is emulating the cow. Thus, the cow, like in Hathor, became a sacred animal, because suckling or the breastfeeding is a symbol of nourishment and life. And children that are not breastfed but bottle-fed and chemical-fed has been scientifically proven are not as sharp, not as intelligent, and not as healthy as people that follow the law of Scripture and breastfed. So these rituals and these things are all Egyptology. They're all Egyptian doctrine. Someone messed up the thing. Now let me add another little piece in there, because when you see the end that they were talking about, the end of the millennium, and now the truth is going to come out like you've never seen it. Why? If for no other reason, because we're in a computer age and people have access now. They can go home and bring up things and research things all over the world, and they can give you the facts. An archaeologist says he found a mummy. They can go right in their computer and look it up and find it and see if it's true, because they're finding mummies every day. So therefore the Egyptians, like the Bible said, they said what in the Bible? That the dead will get up out of their graves in the last day. You know what it says in the book of Revelation? Well, I don't see any other people's dead people coming up out of their graves anywhere but in Egypt. Every week they have found a new mummy and raising somebody up from the dead. Somebody's getting up and they mark something. They stand for something. That means that there was a culture over there that exists. And that these people had a higher knowledge than anybody else, because you ain't able to go to Jerusalem and think of anybody. You can't find anybody but the people over there. We were calling heathens and calling pagans, saying they worship all kind of gods. No, they didn't worship the dog. They acknowledged the canine principle in life. No, they didn't worship the cow, but they knew that the milk that they breastfed was a symbol to the god of Hathor. They didn't worship the lion. They didn't worship the snake. They didn't worship the alligator or the hippopotamus. These were all symbols of things that God created that interact or relate to us. And that we should not ignore. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to have programs out there trying to get people for cruelty of animals. They understand that animals have souls also.
Do you know it? Shine already. It's time already. Align already. It's time already.
Shine already. It's time already. Remember who you are. Real king always we know. I show your people my love.
Did you not remember reading in the Bible, in Psalms, where David says that God had opened his ears and that to make him to hear, and his eyes to make him to see? These two factors of man, David picked up on it, and God taught that, even to the knowledge of birds and their language. He told me that he went in Africa, in the jungles, and learned the language of the birds. So I thought over this, and I smiled. I said to myself, well, when is you going to teach me the language of birds?